says maybe the most important thing you learn by attending public school is that we are all at the mercy of the bottom quintile.
It seems like crime is definitely a choice. It seems like policymakers could curtail a lot of the crime just based off of where it's taking place and who is committing the crimes. These statistics base out a complete different picture than what we're getting painted across the media lens. This particular attorney, Andrew Blanca, is so fantastic about breaking down how this goes. Andrew Blanca is fantastic. Watch how he correlates the crime issues along with the statistics and then breaks this down into an easily understood explanation. I love this guy.
I'm not responsible for that. It's actually just 1% of repeat offenders that are responsible for all this crime. And again, this is from Sweden, just in graphical form, referencing that study we just looked at, the headline of the study. 1% of the population, there's 1%, commits 63% of the violent crime. Crime is concentrated in small, micro-geographic tracts.
Andrew Branca, love this attorney. Love his take on things. This is fantastic, especially how he explores and exploits the hypocrisy that people seem to live under as they think in this unconscripted way. It's a bad way of thinking because it deviates away from the Socratic method of thinking and moves into a more tribal tendency of thinking. Anyway, the bottom line is that we've got repeat offenders that need to get off the street. These repeat offenders are causing so many of the problems. Thank you very much. Let's hear his take on this.
Of mostly urban areas, as well as within small networks of high-rate offenders. In cities, Giuliani used to do this in New York City. The crime spikes were driven by individual blocks in the city. He writes here, the typical shooting or homicide suspect in Chicago has 12 priors. Nearly 1 in 5 has more than 20 priors. In D.C., shooters average 11 priors. In Oakland, it's 10. The same for Baltimore. Out-of-control crime is a policy choice. It is, of course. And again, this is from Sweden, just in graphical form, referencing that study we just looked at, the headline of the study. 1% of the population, there's 1%, commits 63% of the violent crime. I thought this cartoon grabbed it. 60% of murders, it's a trophy. And the 13% of the U.S. population that is black says, I don't deserve this. I'm not responsible for those murders. And the 4% of the black community, that's young black men, says, me neither. I'm not responsible for that. It's actually just 1% of repeat offenders that are responsible for all this crime. This account notes this post is evergreen, and it is. It's the embedded post here. It says, maybe the most important thing you learn by attending public school is that we are all at the mercy of the bottom quintile. The rules you follow in life will be based on the behavior of the bottom quintile, the bottom fifth of the population. The taxes you pay are to support the bottom quintile. The greatest risk to your life and property will come from the bottom quintile. The dearth of comfortable public spaces is because you have to allow the bottom quintile to be there. Here in Colorado, in Denver, we have a light rail system throughout Denver. And it loses money hand over fist because normal people cannot use it. Every car has homeless, violent drug addicts on it. So basically, we built this enormous, costly, high-speed light rail system, commuter rail system in Denver, and it's utterly unusable by normal law-abiding people. We built it just for the bottom quintile. Our zoning laws are developed for fear of the bottom quintile. I've said many times, the entire U.S. real estate, residential and commercial, the real estate system can be explained by the desperate efforts of law-abiding, productive people to insulate themselves from the bottom quintile. All of it. Ann Coulter responds to this, says, yes, but it doesn't have to be this way. Arranging all of society around the bottom quartile, she writes, is a choice made by liberal policymakers because they are preening, selfish narcissists. Well, it's more than that. It is a deliberate choice by the left to have these savages on our streets, it's because that's how they secure and maintain power. They have to create and foster problems that they can then establish rivers of money to solve and never actually solve the problem. Because the point is not solving the problem for the left. The point is they secure political power by having access to the rivers of money. The whole point is to have the rivers of money. If you solve the problem, the money goes away. And there goes the graft opportunity.